All right, man, shit, I don't even know where we should begin, man. First of all, I offered nigga a drink. He said no. I don't know what type of disrespectful shit this nigga on, but it's cool.
Nah,
it's cool.
I don't gotta drink every time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta watch my figure. You know, it's a lot of calories in these drinks. That's just kind of.
Oh, it's Tito's.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's Tito's. Okay. Well, then I gotta watch my. Don't forget I rap, bro. Man. Come on, man. I think
it's not Tito's. It's actually tequila. But fuck, we ain't gonna drink. We'll have a sober conversation, man.
Yeah.
Yo, you a Gemini?
Yeah. You a Gemini too. I remember that's one thing I remember. Yeah.
Geminis fuck with each other, but one thing about Geminis, I feel like we so misunderstood.
Yeah, 100%.
But we are weird though.
To me, it's like so clear in my mind, like how to operate, but like it be complex to everybody else. I think it's like we complex because details matter, and people don't realize like with us it's about details. So if you look at everything too general, you won't understand. Yeah. Let's
get to this, man. You ready? Oh, you want to put the mic down a little bit? Probably can't see your face.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me good though?
Yeah, we can hear you though.
All right, bet.
Yeah, I got you, man. That's the details, and that's the Gemini shit. I feel you. Let's get it popping. Yo, what's popping? You know what time it is? Your boy J Hill, Mr. J Hill Podcast. This next guest I got is special. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna paint a picture real quick. I'm gonna tell you why he's so special. A couple years back, I was doing my podcast, Gemini Scorpio podcast, with me and my lady, and it's like, yo, you want to pull up? I'm like, bet. That was dope for me because IDK. If you know IDK, you know he's like a big deal. And to the niggas that don't know, you might have been sleeping under a brick, whatever the case may be. But especially in my area, we know who IDK is. He's one of the people that put the DMV area. I don't represent the DMV. I'm from Baltimore, but for out of towners and for the conversation's sake, he helped put the DMV on a high level. Like, I mean, not just one of the artists that was buzzing in the area, but he was one of the first ones to get like major deals, have connection with like major people. You feel me? So like we don't get a lot of those people often. So he hit me like, yo, I'm trying to pull up. Cool. So I'm like, yo, matter of fact, IDK is in the building. We gonna get into it together. So like, I wanted to clear the room, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I was like contemplating on bringing this up because I'm like, I don't want to be weird, but I wouldn't be me if I didn't.
Bring it up, because I probably I wanted to know.
So IDK pulls up to the podcast. He's like, bro, I mean, I could talk shit behind the camera, but like, I don't want to get on. I don't want people to know it's me. So me, I'm like, I'm cool. I'm growing at the time, but I'm still me. So I'm like, as much as it would be dope, I'm like, nah, bro, because if you gonna get on, you gotta get on. Niggas gotta know it's you. So you might not even know, but that was hard for me to say no. Like, nah, bro, like if you gonna come and be in the audience, be in the audience. But if you gonna come and get on, get on. Yeah. So he like, all right, bet I'll just be in the audience. So bet. So he came, showed up. That shit was fire. I'm like, damn, IDK just pulled up to my crib. I'm recording on my crib. Yeah. So this where the shit come at. I hit this nigga in the DM. Y'all know me. I'm the deep, bro. I'm Mr. DM. I play the DMs. You feel me? Hit the nigga in the DM like, yo, I would love to get an interview with you. This nigga say, you know the people at Warner? Do I know the people at Warner? It's that nigga, you just pulled up to my fucking crib.
Yeah, 100%. Nah, but see, I'm glad you brought that up, because it's something that people gotta understand with me, bro. At the end of the day, like I could like something. The reason why I came to your podcast is I was a fan. I saw something as a fan, but sometimes because of what I do, it's hard to just experience something as a fan because everybody want to do something with me, and I'm very particular. The reason why I get the shit that I get and to do the things I do is because everything got to make sense at the right time. So I'm not a person to just do shit just because it's there. And, you know, I also, if I'm doing something, I like to make sure there's energy behind me. Like I dropped a song, my album's about to come out. Fans, everybody's waiting for me. Like when this podcast come out, all my people's just watching it. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to, let me just do it just to do it. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's the misunderstanding that a lot of people have. Like, I'm strategic with how I do things. And if I said, do you know people at Warner? The reason why I said that is because if you hit them up, the time when I am doing press, they're going to reach out to make sure that it gets done. If you rely on me, I'm going to forget. I know how I am. It's a lot of different things going on at any given moment. Facts. You know, so
I love these conversations because I was just telling you, God, like, I'm able to, because I'm so close to, you know, still the bottom. Like, I'm having success, but I'm still, like, close to it, I could have these fan conversations.
Yeah.
Right. And for me, I understand it because like, shit, it be times where niggas ask me and I don't respond, and I gotta be real. You feel me? So people gonna do that to me. But even there, right, taking myself back then, I don't have no connects with no label. Why not like connect me with them?
Oh, I didn't know that though. Is that what happened?
You ain't respond.
What'd you respond? Oh,
I said, nah, bro, can't.
That's something people can't take personally either, bro. Like, if I don't respond, I was actually about to post something today on my IG. It's funny you said that. On the way to the airport, I was gonna post something saying, or the way from the airport here, I was gonna post something saying like, with me, just because it says seen on Instagram does not mean I read, especially if you send me a long message. I just be seeing words. And if at that moment I can't process everything that's going on because I'm doing a bunch of other stuff, I may see that joint. The reason why I don't like to look at shit, like say someone texts me, is because I want to see that it's unread so I can go back to it later. It might be 2-3 days later. I got to deal with that with other artists. And the problem is that, like, I learned because of how I know how I feel about it. I realize sometimes you just got to hit a nigga up again. You can't even be on no, like, oh, it's too cool, or this nigga tried to do this to me. Nah, that's not. I
hit you up again a couple times.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
And then I didn't see it, or I responded?
You didn't respond.
I don't know, bro. I genuinely do not remember, bro.
I took it personal. And I bring that up because, like, personally for me, one, but two, you're similar.
In what sense?
Taking it personal. Let's take it back.
Yeah.
What is 2018?
Yeah.
You wasn't chosen to be on the XXL freshman cover.
Right.
You took that very personal.
Yeah, but to be honest with you, I didn't really take it personal. It was just like, I knew Trippie Redd didn't do a freestyle, and I was like, shit, I'm gonna just make a verse about it and show people why I should have been on it. I really didn't take it personal. You know what's funny? The day I found, I knew before it ever came out. You already know that it's who's gonna be chosen, and that's not you. I bought my first car in 7 years. I was at the BMW dealership. I was buying my car, and I was like, I mean, shit, I ain't get XXL, but niggas is moving. I got this nigga, I'm about to pull up. Like, I was back home, too. So, for me, I didn't take it. I took it personal in the sense of, damn, I wish I got it. But not what I did was not really it was just like, nah, I want to show niggas, all right, I ain't on it, but this what it is. And they called me the next year after that. Yeah.
I say that because I feel like sometimes, depending on the person, especially for me, sometimes taking it personal is the fuel to your success.
I mean, that too, yeah. I think, but the real fuel to my success is gratitude, bro. Realizing like where I'm at and what I want and what I can do to accomplish what I want, and seeing that shit happen. That's mine.
Are you saying that now because you've grown so much? Because it's so easy to have hindsight bias, right? Like to say, look back on something, but I'm talking
in the process.
In the beginning of IDK.
Nah,
JID, I'm talking in the beginning.
Yeah. No, 100%.
It's always been like that.
No. In the beginning, it's something that's part of being a man, though. We just grow into that kind of shit. And some of us never will. And some of us will remain in the same spot we was when we was 25, 24, 23. Part of my growth, and because of what I've been through, because I got to go to Sierra Leone and see what it's like in Africa, in a third world country, Sierra Leone, and then see what prison was like, and being in that situation where your whole world is one building. The whole world that we have that we could go out and see is refined to one building. Being able to see all that shit, I realized gratitude. I realized how to really look at gratitude and understand it and appreciate it. And gratitude is the antidote for almost any problem you could ever have. So that's why I say, like, so I grew into like, all right, before it used to be like, I used to be in competition with every rapper. Yeah. To me, that's the dumbest shit ever because music is so subjective. I'm in my own lane. I'm in competition with myself, carving my own lane. And I see other niggas do their thing, and I'm down to support it if I fuck with it. Or sometimes I don't even be liking a nigga song, but I'll post the shit just because I know that helps whatever they got going on, and I support what they doing. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's about growth, bro. So I really don't even remember that. That's the crazy part about it. So for you took it personal. I don't even remember that shit.
Right.
So I wasn't even thinking of it to make it a personal thing. I just literally, at that moment, whatever happened, I just couldn't respond or I didn't respond, you know?
Nah, for me, it's like, I won't say I don't care. I think being a man, I hold this very, like, near and dear to my heart, like, being this man. So many things come with it. Like, people take things personal when, like, they do fuck shit. Or, like, they take it personal and they don't say nothing. Like me, I feel like being a man, a part of being a man is communicating even when it's hard. You know what I'm saying? So like I told myself, like, first of all, I'm not going to deny the interview because I felt the way, but this is a great time to have a conversation about it. Like if anything, this is a great time to be like, yo, what's up, man? I'm Jay, man. I ain't like that shit.
Yeah, and
you feel me? Like
I'm glad you did that because most people don't do that. And then there's other thing that you always got to remember, and this is for everybody watching this shit. Yo, me professionally and me personally are two different things.
That's a fact.
On a personal level, I will fuck with you. I'll pull up to your crib, watch this podcast, da. Me professionally, there's a lot more red tape in how I do that and why I do that and when I do that.
That's hard.
And you cannot mix those two up because if I'm humble enough to come to your crib and watch that podcast, you got to say to yourself, like, damn, this nigga genuinely does fuck with me. Because think about it like this. I'm not coming there to get promotion from what you got going on and get to your audience and all that. I liked what you were doing. I saw what you was doing. I took the time to come to. Niggas don't even do shit like that.
I figure I ain't gonna lie to you. In my mind, I was like, I had this one girl on that. She was fire. You feel me? I'm like, man, he probably tried to pull up to get her or something like that.
Let me tell you something with me and women.
I'm too real. My bad.
No. But it's funny. What's funny is that's a lot for one girl. Like it's not about
some
the girl.
niggas would do a whole lot for one girl.
Not me. Like it's a lot of women in this world, bro. Like since high
you pulled up heavy with the motherfucking Maybach too. Like I'm like, you want somebody to see.
Can I be honest? That was my only car. So my other car was on the West Coast. So,
that was crazy though. First of all, pull up. That was crazy.
Yeah, but real shit though. Like I think that's another way. That's why I'm learning with other artists. Like you really can't take certain shit personal because. Some niggas really just be like so out of it, so gone, and then balancing personal life. And then the way that this shit is with us, I might not be in the mood. I might be in the mood to come here right this moment, and then 5 minutes before I get here, some shit go down where I'm not in the mood no more. And I got to either power through it and not disrespect your time, or I got to see, damn, I've been powering through everything for the past month or 2 months. And I've been just putting everything aside, my mental health and my da-da-da-da-da. This is the one joint I got to really just say, I can't do this. But if I'm real, I'll tell you and I'll apologize to you. I didn't even know that was an issue. So to me, I was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to say that.
Did I left early though?
Yeah, but even that wasn't like.
I thought I stayed for that joint. I'm pretty sure I stayed
you think?
The whole way through because I remember there was like now I remember there was a girl that was like
that was
oh my god, didn't she have like a boyfriend or something?
Bro, don't do that on my podcast.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
So it was my yo, we're gonna block this out. It was my cameraman girl.
Okay.
And I think I went to do something, and I came back and he was gone or whatever. And they're like, yo, bro. Shorty just was wilding for IDK. I'm like, what do you mean?
Did she like cry or something?
Yeah, like she was on some I know you can't say it, but she was on some groupie shit. You know, like that's probably regular for you. That's a fan. Like you get fans out every day. But for me, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And then it was my man girl. But give me a timestamp.
He was there at the same time.
He was my cameraman.
So he was there.
Yes.
And he saw all of that happen.
Yes.
Damn. That's what I'm saying. Like I remember.
Because I hit you to apologize. Like yo, what? Because that's the last thing I want.
I was
like yo, this man can't even come and chill.
You gotta apologize to your man, nigga. That's who's gonna feel it. To me, I was like, it's lit. Regular. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not regular. Because I remember nobody gave a fuck about anything I had to do. I was struggling to get people's attention. So
even then,
bruh, no, not then.
Yeah,
but like I'm saying, before that, a lot of my career, most of it. Was trying to figure this shit out. So whenever anybody like even notices me, I never expected one, and two, I'm always flattered by that.
So hold up, I want to go back.
Yeah,
cause you ain't about to just growth talk me to death. We ain't gonna do that shit. I need to go back to IDK when I was struggling to get people to understand, to see the movement. Right?
Yeah.
It's no way. You know you get successful and it's like, man, you lose sight of that. Because again, sometimes that be the very much fuel that's gonna keep you going. Cause it's like, man, nah, these niggas ain't get it. I'ma keep stepping on that neck every single time.
Of course. Yeah, within,
when did it change then? When did you learn and was it when you got arrested?
That
you can't be like that no more.
No, because I was arrested before I really started rapping. So rap came after prison. For me, it was more like I realized it was like depressing when you would like kind of find like compare shit to other people's stuff or just kind of like realize like dwell on things you can't fully control. And then I felt more power in just literally just saying, how can I be a better version of myself? So yeah, there's even to this day, there's still like things where like I might be saying, yo, I'm gonna do this, and people are like, yeah, okay, yeah, and then I gotta like show them like, nah, nigga, like
don't miss the ride.
We really designing Mercedes Benzes and sneakers and all this shit. Like we really like, no, we really taking Lon Von and making a racing suit and da 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 da. Like I still got to do that, and that more so is the fuel, but it's not aimed at a particular person. Really, it's more so at these corporations and these companies that ain't trying to support things that are really important. You know what I mean? It's everything I'm doing, especially now, comes from the heart, bro. So if it ain't from the heart, it ain't gonna happen, and that's what fuels all of this shit for me.
The heart.
Yeah, the heart, like real shit.
Okay. No, I like that. And especially how you worded it, because it's definitely these corporations.
Yeah, 100%.
I think I might just hate everybody.
For real?
I don't fuck with nobody. It might sound like some hating shit, but that's really what fuels me. Like, I got fired from a corporation back home, DTLR, you feel me? But like, real, I think I seen Joe Button talk about this. He was like, you gotta go through those things. Because that will really show you, like, but I love it. I might talk about it like I hate it, but like, I love it because like, yeah, because one day I'm saying, fuck all you niggas that didn't believe. When nigga Drake said like, nigga went and bought a house when he could have bought a verse. Niggas dumb as fuck. I felt that shit when he said that. Like, you niggas dumb. You could have got a J Hill interview. Nigga, like, fuck you. Like, that's how I feel. Might sound cocky now, but we gonna see. 10 years from now. But no, so I'm curious to know, like, coming from the heart, right? Such a special place. And there's a lot of love there, right? At the heart, of course. How do you stay motivated? And as cliche or crazy as that may sound, as that question is, that's a real thing. Because again, sometimes that pain, that hurt, that hunger, help you stay motivated and help you get creative and innovative. And we've seen you've been innovative since the beginning.
So it's funny that as you say that, I never questioned myself about that, and now I see what it is. How I stay motivated is simple. There's so many problems in this fucking world, bro, that there will never ever be a period where there's not a problem, especially when it comes to black people and people of color. I'm motivated by doing what I can to fix those problems. So it's really that. It's really, I do everything I do for that. Not to be the greatest rapper of all time. My goal is to be the first rapper or a rapper to win a Nobel Prize. And so I work backwards from that. But you got to think about what a Nobel Prize even is and what it means, and it's all about bringing change to the world in a positive light. So if that's what my main goal is, everything I'm doing is falling under that umbrella. And there will never be a time in this lifetime where there's not a problem that a nigga can't try to fix. That's really what it is. That's my motivation. It's not these rap niggas. It's not trying to rap better than this nigga, sell more records than that nigga. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit, nigga. I got a great lifestyle, amazing. I got 3 properties. I'm working on more. I dream come true making Nikes, doing all of this other stuff that's about to happen. I don't even do the fashion shit on purpose. They reach out to me. They like what I got going on.
You see,
I'm just being real. I don't like. I'm not one of them niggas who hit my publicist. Make sure I'm at this show, and hell no. It's like this is really like people either I fuck with the brand and I'm a fan of it, or they my friends. You know what I'm saying? And they like how I dress because, niggas from DMV area, you know how niggas get down when it come to clothes and shit. So they like that, and they just connect with me because of that and what I believe in and what I stand for. It's a lot of people that's really trying to be in them rooms, and they're trying hard and then still not getting it. And it's like, it's because you trying, bro. You really should just don't do that. Just do you. if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If that's your lane, that's your lane.
Like,
let's talk about that too. Like, it's a lot of rappers that be trying to be fly and shit, like trying to super be in fashion. That shit don't even look right. They don't even match the music. You gotta,
a lot of niggas that be looking weird out here.
You gotta do it what it is. Like what are you? Who are you? What do you want to be remembered for? And then work from that. Stop trying to look at other niggas, what they doing and this, that, and the third. Everybody always, the big question everybody got for me is, how does he get everything he gets? Who's his manager? Who that? I gotta manage myself. I got a team that works with me and helps me do that. This is all from my mind and the things that I want to accomplish. And again, it comes from the heart. I'm not doing this shit for the same reason y'all doing it. You know?
No, nigga say I'm really like not one of them niggas. For me, like it's different over here.
Nah, I real.
Feel it. No, I understand it. And but moving like that in such a, let's be real, like a weird industry. That's not the industry. Like you said, so many people who are trying hard to be something that they're not, essentially. Right? They want to put on this image for everybody else. And you're like the one of the few that's not doing that.
Yeah, because I'm really,
people gotta like adjust to that different or react to it differently. And I'm pretty sure you feel it every time you walk in the room.
Yeah, maybe not every time, because it depends on what room I'm walking in. If I walk in a room full of people like us, it's weird. When I walk in a room in Paris, Fashion Week, it's not. When I walk in a room in LA and it's a bunch of film people and white people, it's not. The niggas who's giving me the problems and questioning me the most is my own people.
Thanks.
Everybody else get it. So that's why it's like, you know, again, like, bro, like, I'm really like, what I do is for real. Like, I'm really about this shit. Like, and I'm not like one of them niggas that I think I'm too cool for nobody and none of that shit. It's literally depends on what you ask of me at that moment and what, is this a personal thing or is this a professional thing? In professional, I separate from personal. But if you have my number, do you have my number?
No, I don't got your number.
You should get my number. You can always call me. I'm always gonna answer or call you back. But that's how I am personally. Now, if a nigga pressing me to go da 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 da, you know, let me, hey, what's up with them shoes? What's da 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 da? That's different. Like, if everybody who received a pair of my shoes worked with me to some capacity, you know, or it's a friend of mine from a long time ago that we've done things back in the day, whatever. So if it's like, when it's asking for things that I'm doing and that's not personal, it's a little bit harder, you know what I'm saying?
And it gotta make sense too. Like, I'm not sitting up here as if I don't understand that, right? But
nah, for sure.
Like, even like I was telling my friend, and I fuck with him, and he was like talking about the podcast and shit. And I'm like, bro, please don't ask for no interview.
Yeah,
you feel me? Because like I don't want to say no.
Yeah,
but you gotta understand that like a lot. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, candid as hell. A lot of what I'm doing right now, for the sake of it, is really for the look.
100%.
It's people that I don't even care to interview that I'm gonna interview every single time for now, because I know I gotta build this to a place where I can just bring my homie on.
Right.
I gotta build this to a place where I could just go outside and get the homeless dude on the street, and just because his story is lit, people gonna listen.
100%.
But I ain't there yet.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like my homies, they just see something good and like, yo, you should bring me on the podcast. Why?
Nah, and that's the thing in me, bro. If I ever call you, it's gonna make sense. I always think about, before I think about what I get out of it, how can I offer you something?
Talk to me.
What do I have to offer you? And that's the reason why people answer my calls. Cause I don't be calling niggas like, hey, better that, asking for ridiculous shit that don't even make sense. Never that. And I'll never do that. And that's the thing, like, that goes a long way with a lot of people. You know, even with me. Like, if I know that a nigga going, it's a lot of people that know not to ask me for a feature. It don't make sense. It's niggas that'll ask me. And then there's niggas that'll ask me and say how much. And you know what I do? If it's somebody that's personally a friend of mine, I would still charge them, but it would be a donation to something that I'm trying to build that's going to better people of color and black people. That's usually that's my new way of doing shit now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not in a place where I'm just going to do shit. Like, for instance, for this album, I wanted Hove on my album. Now, that's a crazy thing to ask for, kind of, but I thought about it really deeply, and I was like, yo, I'm young. I be talking some of the same shit he talking, but I'm just a younger version of that. He hasn't done shit with a lot of younger people. Lenny and Guru all co-sign me and fuck with me and think that it makes sense. So, shit, I'll go for it. But if it was just me 2 years ago, there's no way I would even think about that.
Wait, did you get the J feature?
I didn't get it.
Okay.
I didn't get it.
Next time.
I mean, you know, it's still, you know. I mean, I think I got really far in the process, and I know that he does fuck with me, so you know that's important. You know what I mean?
That's hard.
That's the first step, and a lot of my stuff happens like that. The Nike shit, same shit. It's like took 5 years to really get that, but I built and built and built to the point where it was just undeniable. We got to do this.
That's
you know
hard.
what I mean?
You say you ain't into fashion, but it looked like it, nigga. Like it looked like it.
I say fashion and style is two different things. I like style. Fashion is the industry. That's like I want to be at the show front row, like because it's gonna put me in this conversation and that. I don't do that. That's organic. I don't have no like fashion PR and none of that shit. Like I literally just do what, like for instance, my first real fashion week in Paris. I was going there for Dave Chappelle, so there was this thing that I was working on a album, and I needed not for me, but for somebody else executive producing it. I needed a Black Star feature from Kweli and Most, and they were going to be in Paris, and then Dave was in Paris too. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just go out there. And then it was like, oh wait, it's Fashion Week. So I knew Kim Jones. He's the creative.
You wild, man. Keep going.
Artistic director.
All the clickbait. Keep going.
He's the artistic director of Fendi Women's and Dior Men's. So I know I've been supposed to link up with him. I did the cover of ID magazine, and then I got a Maybach, and then he said, "Welcome to the family." So we got cool because of that.
I'm gonna keep every time he say somebody's name, ding, ding. So
then boom, then so I was going to Paris. And I was like, yo, I think I'm gonna be in Paris finally. You gonna be there? And he was like, yeah, it would be great to meet you. By the way, you should come to my show, which is the Dior show. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Gave him the information. Next thing you know, bro, all these Dior people hit me. I'm getting car service to go get dressed. We looking at all the Travis Scott stuff before it came out. I'm like literally like, and then that turned into other people wanting me to come to their shows and all that stuff. So it was organic. It wasn't no like trying to do that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I like style, like dressing. That's the art. Fashion is the industry. Fashion is the people who study this shit, really live this shit. That's like a YouTuber being like, yo, I'm a rapper now. It's like, I mean, you could rap maybe, but like, you really about this for real? You a YouTuber. How could you be both? Because yes, you can do both, but you have to put so much energy into one of these things that you cannot do both these things equally.
Sheesh.
You
You gotta choose almost, right?
Yeah.
It's funny, I was talking to my dog, David Shantz. Well, I wasn't talking to him. He was actually talking to the dude, Nehemiah Davis, right? And Neo like, yo, Dave, I want my podcast to be like yours. Like, how can I skip the steps? I know you, so I should be able to skip the steps. And he was like, it start with first making your audience believe. Right, so right now, I mean, Neo is big for like event spaces. That's what he put on his gram. Like he's lit. He's that event space guy. And he like, right now, I don't see you as a podcaster. It's like you're just doing it. And like you said, it's like you could say you see so many YouTubers, particularly because I interview a few of them, and I ask them the same. Like you see YouTube on their page, like you see that they're a YouTuber, but you see rap here and there. It's like, especially like the little video vixens or the pretty chicks, Instagram chicks, like they become rappers and shit. You see all these model pictures. Because that's what making the money. Yeah. But when it comes to the rap, it's sporadically. But nah, if you really into it, you gotta make me a believer.
And so that's why I say I can never put myself in a conversation of I'm a fashion person, because there's people that put their blood, sweat, and tears and everything they had into this. They love this shit since they was little. They may have went to school, they may have not. They've watched every documentary you can about this creative director, that person. Those are the people who are in fashion, bro. I'm not in fashion. Like, I just like certain shit. You know what I mean? Like,
but you can make a transition, though.
I wouldn't.
Because let's say, I feel like I see this influence, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, like Kanye West.
Yeah.
I feel like I see Kanye West in you.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot of people, you know, and shout out to him, that's a person that I consider like a mentor, and I've spent time with him and had conversations with him. But like, in all reality, though, it's like he's one of the very few examples. We got Pharrell, we got him, and we got A$AP Rocky. Those are the three main people who are even examples of anything that I'm doing in that world. But see, the difference is they really, really like wanted to study and learn that shit. I just like dressing up and wearing cool shit. And I like that because I used to get made fun of when I was a kid from middle school down before that. And I remember high school, I said, I will never be made fun of for not dressing good ever again for the rest of my life. I remember it was the summer going into high school, from middle school to high school. I was going to Duval High School, and I was thinking about all the shit that I was going to do to never, ever have that problem. So this is a result of that. That comes from a real place. You see what I'm saying? Feeling depressed coming to school because I don't know if I'm getting made fun of real bad today or whatever the case may be. That's why I started dressing nice, and I love the feeling of that, and I love people appreciating me because of that. That's why I do that shit. But the fashion industry and all that stuff, that's for the professional people who I put my blood and sweat and tears into rap music. That's why I put my blood, sweat, and tears into. The same way Kim Jones put his blood, sweat, and tears into fashion.
Thanks.
So I could never come in there and be like, yeah, I'm up there with you on fashion. Nah, to me that's disrespect. You know what I mean? If I do decide to take off 2, 3, 4, 5 years and then focus on fashion for real, then maybe I'd have a different conversation with you. But I'm not willing to do that. I don't care about it that much. You know?
I love that. It's so much to unpack in that alone. Yeah. Like even the fact that like what we see, the Nike collab, the Lon Von, what is it? How I pronounce it? I don't even know.
Lon Von. I didn't know at first neither.
I don't even own nothing Lon Von.
A lot of people say Lambin, but it's Lon Von.
Lon Von, the Lon Von collab. We see what the fashion, or let's go back. We see what the pain brought. Right? They say you got to get the diamond out the dirt. Right? The diamond is in the dirt, and like that. Your fashion sense or your sense of fashion came from people teasing you.
Yeah, 100%.
And we started the conversation off with like just that motivation, like letting the hate, letting the naysayers be the fuel to the fire, right? The fuel in the engine. Yeah, that was a fuel to the fashion would eventually got you here.
Right, and that's why I say a period of my life is where that changed, and I'd stop using that as fuel. But that was the initial fuel that made me who I am, 100%.
So let me ask you this then. That made IDK. Now that it changed, have you seen a difference in your artistry when it comes to the music? And if you did see it, was it something ever at a time where it was frustrating?
The change, I definitely see a change. I'm able to tap into the divine spirit and really make my music based off of that now. Before it used to be thoughts, too much thinking, overthinking, trying to be technical with everything. Now it's such a feeling that people is feeling me for real. You know what I'm saying? What was the second part of the question?
I was asking, whatever change it was it ever frustrating at a point? Did you ever feel like people didn't get it? Do you feel like you could tap into the divine and it's like people ain't really feeling it? Perfect example. You know how Kanye West, since we was on that, right? Kanye West, as every rapper that gets money, Lil Wayne, anybody could think of. They come out, they talk about the trenches because that's what their experience is, right? But once they start getting money, they talk about different things. And we like, man, I miss the old Kanye. I miss the old this person, right? And it's like because they're in a different place. And I'm wondering if you ever heard that from your fans, or
of course,
have you felt that and felt a little uncomfortable or want to go back to the old IDK?
Fuck that. I'll never go back to nothing old because the fans are judging you off of what they connected to and why they connected to that, and they'll never ever be able to let that go because they have personal experiences that you would never know that are associated with that connection. For me, I'm a human. I'm growing, and again, back to this gratitude thing. There's no way I could sit in my three floor, 4,000 square foot, 7-bedroom, 5 full bathroom condo and be looking at my life like, damn, I should have stayed what I was. Or no, man, it's gratitude. I'm extremely happy that I'm even here. They let me in. Like I'm not like multi-platinum artist yet and none of that, but also I still got tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So for today, where I'm at, and still to have tomorrow, God willing, there's nothing that could really make me feel like. Now, if I was like broke, and I didn't have like shit, and tomorrow wasn't promising, which I've been in, then that's like a little bit, scary, I guess. But even in that, when you go back to gratitude, it's like, oh, but then I got a roof over my head and I got food and I got clean water. There's people that don't got that. So it's like the gratitude, man. Like there's nothing. I'm telling you, gratitude is the antidote for any problem if you really know how to master that.
I'm feeling it. Like you absolutely right. Even like I was having a conversation with my girl, because sometimes things do go wrong.
Same
right? girl
from the
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm having a conversation with her recently, and things going on. I'm like, babe, I ain't gonna lie to you. We'll be fools to be sad about anything that's going on.
Yeah.
Look at where we at right now.
Exactly.
Like
that's it.
no cap. Like I know it might be hard, but this ain't what it was.
Yeah.
Like so,
that's what
I
saying.
get it. When I say I get it, oh my, it gave me chills when you said it, because like gratitude that's something that you got to learn how to tap into.
For sure.
You got to learn how to tap into.
You know
that.
what true happiness really is, right? It's very simple. All true happiness is having something to look forward to. And my nigga, I was just telling them on my way here, I'm single. I be in that crib by myself. I put my alarm on so I'm comfortable. I know everything's straight. You know what I'm saying? And I just go and lay down. I'm like, nigga, this is me.
Right.
Come on, man. Like I could look forward to waking up tomorrow. I don't sleep very well, not because I have trouble really sleeping. I got trouble staying asleep because when that sun come up, I can't wait to see what's in store for my day today. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see what text message, which legendary artist that I always love is gonna respond or hit me on a DM or ask me to get on a song, or where am I flying tomorrow, or what brand wants to do a deal with me, or it's like
you enjoying life right now.
I'm really enjoying life, bro.
So going back to Drake, right? Drake say, more money, more problems. Fuck it, bring on the problems.
Yeah.
Right? One of my favorite songs because, as you know, right, like niggas been in the trenches. Niggas been in some hard times.
Yeah.
Right? We gonna talk about you had made a project about your mans that came from the project in DC. Right? What it was called? Simple City, right? In DC.
Yeah.
You know what it looked like. Let me ask you this then, since you talk about the condo, happy to be life. Drake say more money's more problems. Fuck it, bring on the problems. What do you think about that? Do you feel like it's better on this side with the money than being happy on the side without the money?
If I'm being quite honest with you, hell yeah.
I'm with you.
Because money, people be saying money ain't everything, and I'm not saying it's everything. You could be unhappy with money, but I think it's easier to be happy with money because you ain't got to worry about certain shit. There's like certain survival shit that if you X that out of your life, you're able to live in a certain level of comfort. And the way that I'm thinking too, I don't want to throw nobody off. The gratitude for me is easier to tap into because financially I'm in a decent place.
Bro, it's as crazy as this conversation right here might sound to people, it's real because even I was talking to somebody and he was saying like, they're able to like go to therapy and things like that, but they're able to do that because it's other things they don't have to worry about. When I struggle about how you gonna pay rent, what I'm gonna eat, man, I got this, how the fuck I'm gonna do that? I'm trying to do this. I ain't worried about paying for no fucking therapist. That's that's the last thing on my mind. But when you get the money and you been a little successful, it's like, you know what? Let me go get my life together.
Yeah.
Let me go talk to somebody.
You gotta get that basic struggle and survival out. But see, there's a level of gratitude that you can have while you're doing that. That's the thing that I'm trying to say. Our biggest problem as human beings is our ability to compare, and social media only made that shit harder.
10 times worse.
So it's like you constantly being reminded of all the shit you do not have. That's really all social media does all day. It just reminds you of what you don't have, never reminds you of what you do have. You know what I'm saying? And anytime it's something that you do have, it's to put it on there so someone else below you can admire what you got. And then you admiring what this person got. It's like a pyramid of people trying to figure out how to fucking compare themselves to this, that. Yo, comparison is the devil, B.
Yeah, it is.
Comparison, because a nigga could be lying. Man,
nigga be lying.
Think about the 13-year-old girl that goes and sees, I'm not going to say no names because a lot of people, I'm cool with a lot of people, so just
It's cool. You can tell. Say it. I'm gonna say the name.
This 13-year-old girl that sees this celebrity person that has these things done to themselves, and they're comparing their beauty to something that's not realistic or something that costs a lot of money, and now they're going to school depressed, like how I was when people used to make fun of me. But they not even getting made fun of. They just comparing themselves to something that they see that's not even realistic. This was Photoshop. This was that. They took this little bit of fat off the side when they did this picture and that. Man, then you looking at yourself like you ain't shit. Like that's starting at a young age. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, man.
That's so crazy because like even Instagram, I don't even call it Instagram no more. I call it like the app of like instant gratification. IG, right? Yeah. Because it's like real. You see something, right? Or you might, for the random person that don't know me, they might see an interview with IDK, right? And they like, man, that nigga Jay lit. Like, bro, you have no idea. This took 5 years. Like, I worked my ass off for it. You have no idea. Even they look like your fans look at you like, man, I'm trying to do that. It's like, bro, it took a lot to get here.
Yeah, for sure.
It took a lot to become IDK. This shit ain't become IDK overnight.
Yeah, and
it was a lot of times when niggas didn't know. Literally, no point in time.
Sure.
Like, right. Who is Jay? I don't know.
And what's funny is that's still like that. It's just different. Like, you know, I'm trying to get to the next level in my career. So to say that is like it's a revolving what's you call it?
Revolving door. Yeah, for sure.
So for me, it's like I don't know, man. I just like really look at life for really what it is. And a lot of us have a problem doing that. We don't look at life for what the fuck it actually, truthfully is.
Facts.
And we see the results of that. You know what I'm saying? So
you just dropped the video, the song, the Police song.
Yeah, Mr. Police.
Mr. Police.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind when you dropped this? When you even making this? Like
I was driving. I left the studio session to go pick somebody up, and I was actually in the Maybach, but this time it's a truck, and I'm driving it, and the police literally got behind me. They didn't pull me over. They got behind me. Mind you, I was on FaceTime because that beat was in the session, the first piano part of it, and I had an upright bass player in the session. So I'm doing a session basically remotely.
Right.
And on my way to pick somebody up. And then they got behind me, and I was like, the first thing I would say if they pull me over is, Mr. Police, how are you? And then I ended up not even going to pick that person up. I turned the car right. They didn't pull me over, so I just turned the car right around when they got from behind me, went straight to the studio. I was like, oh, I got something. And I thought of the concept of the video at that moment. So I was like, yo, the video could be like this, da-da-da-da-da-da. And then we actually executed it and did the video exactly like how I said.
If you explain that video to somebody or even a song, what does it mean? What?
It's a fictional video about like something that really happens. So it's like, it's real. It just didn't happen to me in that moment, but that is what it feels like in those situations, man. I know a lot of people that it's police officers in certain neighborhoods know certain niggas' first, last, middle name, where they gonna be at. They can continuously harass you. If you've gotten in trouble with them before, they assume you doing everything. I know that. So that's a depiction of that. Like, it don't matter if you in a Toyota Corolla or a fucking Lamborghini. If you a black man in society, you may have to deal with this. Or you've had to deal with that at least one time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm just putting that on Front Street because I know a lot of my audience is like 50% black, 50% white. A lot of the white people don't know. They just like, oh man, you rap so good. Your flow's so amazing. You're so on. Nah, but bro, like now that you listening, this just know like this is. So when you see another black person, when they just know this is the life that niggas gotta live, like understand that that's what it's about. That's what my music is about. That's what F65, the album I'm putting out, it's about having that conversation with people that are, you know, white people, for them to understand what life really truly is as a black man in America, or a black person, or even a person of color around the world, really. Because Simple was more about a black man in America in this particular neighborhood.
Right, exactly.
This album is just around the world from my lens. You know, it's still shit that I'm learning about a lot of different people, but this is a way to kind of have that dialogue and that conversation. And it's working so far. A lot of the white people like, oh my God, you know, this is like crazy. Like what you're doing is like I never looked at it this way, you know. So
I'm curious to know. You say you're single, right? When you did have a relationship, I'm curious to know how was that that communication, right? Because like when I'm hearing you, it's like you always trying to fix a problem, right? Even in the beginning, you saying like there's problems I need to fix. Nobel Prize, you feel me? Like I'm trying to fix problems.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of these things you also speak on about like the scripture, the serenity prayer, right? I got it on my chest. Basically, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I can't change, the strength to change the things I can, but the wisdom to know the difference, right? So you talk about just knowing things I can and cannot change. And I feel like with this police brutality thing and just like inequality around the world, I don't want to be a pessimist saying we can't fix it, but it's been this way for so long, right? And you saying you're trying to have that conversation for white people to understand what we have. Talk to me.
You say so long, that's so subjective. Yo, the form of human being that we are is 1 million years old. The same nigga who discovered fire is using a fucking FaceTime. Like we that same human being. So to me, it's not that long. It's just our problem is we want everything to be fixed in our lifetime. We want to see it, which is selfish. So at the end of the day, truthfully, we are making progress. If you think about, first of all, from the day the last slave was freed till today, the amount of time that's taken and where we are as black people, we're not at where we want to be. And I know we need to be further, but we did a hell of a job getting here this quick with all the adversities that we got to overcome. You know, doesn't mean that we can't do it faster. Doesn't mean that it shouldn't be faster, but we can't sit back and not have gratitude for what we've accomplished. We accomplished a lot of shit, bro.
No, facts. And I open up with the girlfriend question because it's like we did accomplish, but trying to get another race or ethnicity group to understand what the fuck we go through is kind of like us trying to, or a woman trying to explain to us how they feel when they in that menstrual cycle, right? And I ask this specifically because like one thing consistent about women is like, you know, they have the kids, so they feel like there's certain things they can go through and they should be able to feel, and we should allow them to feel that way, right? But as men, I feel like I constantly have a struggle of understanding that because I feel like as men, we think we got this sense of we think logical, right? And women don't. That's just the notion across the world against men and women, right? But it's always that disconnect between man and woman. We can never really understand how they feel because we just not women. We don't have periods. We can't have bare kids. We're not going to understand. Same vice versa. We want our woman to understand what we going through, the time we got to put in, the work we got to put in to make us, but they can't understand. And when you said about the black versus white conversation, I'm like, I'm curious to know, do you really think that they could ever understand what the fuck we going through?
Yo, you know what I think our biggest problem is people too, and this happens in relationships a lot. We always think everything is an on and off switch when really we're dealing with percentages. So what I mean by that is to understand and to not understand is not a yes or a no thing. It's a I understand to this extent. The more you explain, I could never understand 100% what it feels like to be a woman because I'm not a woman.
Right.
I don't live as a woman. But with understanding and or the willingness to understand and conversation and dialogue, I might understand 60% as opposed to 10%. Now, I know that for sure because I didn't understand a lot of shit until I started talking to women and really listening to women. And then I'm like, all right, I get it more and more and more and more. And it made me a better man by understanding and listening to women more. I can never get to 100%, right? We can agree on that. Just like I always say, you can't trust nobody 100%. There's only one person you can trust 100%, and it ain't your mom. It's God.
It's God, for sure.
And your mom, maybe 99.9999999, but she is still a human being.
Facts.
Mental health could, God forbid, deteriorate, and now she's doing shit she never. You know what I mean? You can't.
Facts. I'm with you.
You can't trust nobody 100%, but God. I cannot be a woman, so I can never 100% understand a woman. But I think 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I was at 30%. I think I'm at 60, 65, maybe even 70 now. It may end there and it may not get no more than that. But I'm saying that to say, if we could get even like white people or people who aren't like of color to 70, 80, 90%. Maybe certain laws, things could change. Maybe certain conversations and dialogues will happen to create more love. Like, that's what I'm really trying to say.
That's
you feel
real.
what I'm saying?
No, that's real. Because the more you understand, right, makes the more you want to understand. And the more you want to understand changes the decisions you make.
Exactly.
Right? So, like, that's, I mean, you're right. Because, like,
exactly.
My arguments with my girl ain't the same now. Like, that it was 5
years ago. Right.
Because it's like, you know what? I understand at this moment in time, I might need to just exit myself out of the room. Or I might need to be more compassionate. I might need to chill more. I might need to shut the fuck up.
Right.
But at first, I was trying to go against it. Like, man, nah, you can't talk to me like that because I don't talk to you. Like, bro, it ain't like that. It don't work like that.
That's what I'm saying. It's so complex. Back to the beginning of what we said, bro. The misunderstanding of being a Gemini. But the greatest thing about us is our attention to detail. So when you look at a thing and you generalize it as an on and off switch, you do or you don't, that will never work. But when you start thinking of it as a percentage, now it starts to make way more sense. And now it's about how do you get somebody at least to 60%, 70%.
It sounds like when you say on and off switch, like, because I say this, like, I don't believe that people should be black and white, even though I'm black and white sometimes. And I say that because I feel like the gray area is what make us human. 100%. Right? Think about it. Like, when you call and you got an answer machine or a voice message, that's black and white. Or you look at laws and things like that. It's like, okay, you don't meet this qualification, so you cannot get in this, right? Because you did this, you got to do this, right? But when you look at gray area, that's what humans are. We look at it's circumstantial. Okay, he did this, but it was a reason for that. Let me look at the reason. If the reason makes sense, then we can make some things work. But a computer is either yes or no,
right?
Black or white. So like, I get what you're saying. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. So like, in our effort to just be better people, better men, all of these things that we're trying to accomplish, just always remember, bro. Like, and I'm sorry that the experience was what it was.
Bro, we good.
I know that, but
that made it better.
But I like to hear that because now I could be more conscious of how things could come off, and then hopefully somebody could see this podcast, because I feel like I'm gonna be speaking for a lot of artists or people that may just be busy in general when it comes to this. Like, I am very much so like happy we had that conversation for everyone else to see, and then for even me to see your side of things and you to see my side of things.
For sure.
Feel me?
I think
Respect.
I think these conversations are super important because people gotta understand that everything ain't about you.
Yeah.
Right? It just is what it is. Right? And like, as I had to say this to myself, like, as I understand now, of course, because I'm interviewing different people, and the quality of individual I'm interviewing is way different, right? But even with that comes with a certain type of person that's in my DM. Think about it.
Yeah,
it's a couple people in my DM that ain't getting answers.
Yeah, exactly.
And I gotta be real with myself and to look in the mirror and be like, bro, how the fuck you gonna judge a nigga for not wanting to do it? And it might not make sense. You might not be lit enough yet. And that's cool, because it's somebody in your DM who ain't lit enough yet. And if you told them that, they probably wouldn't want to hear that. They feel the same way.
Yeah, exactly.
It's somebody right now like, that nigga J ain't, he's a bitch, man. Fuck that nigga. That nigga ain't fucking.
That's why I respect that, man.
No, already it's all love, nigga. It's all love, man. So the difference, you would say, difference between Simple City is, because that was the last one that was used.
Simple, yeah.
Simple was the last one, right? Simple City, and the name of this one is, remind me.
F65.
F65 is, Simple was through the lens of somebody in that environment.
Yeah, one
right?
environment.
F65 is basically trying to build an understanding from different perspectives.
Yeah, well, it was really just a broader thing of not just one neighborhood, not just the hood, just black people or people of color in general throughout the world. Yeah. And
you think this message is being conveyed?
Well, I'll do the best I can. If people listen to it and that's what they decide, that's on them. I'm doing the work from the best way that I can, from the skill set that I have. I cannot control. I know somebody's going to hear me out. And that's the one thing I can sleep well at night, knowing that I built my career to the point where somebody will understand. But whether the whole entire world will, that's up to God, and that has nothing to do with me. I just do the best I can to be the vessel and tap in the way that I need to, you know.
All right, I'm wrapping it up, bro. I promise. Another fan question. Do you feel like you finally, or you might have answered, like, you got over that hump? Because I feel like at one point in time, you did want to prove to niggas I could rap.
Oh,
I can rap
yeah.
better than all you niggas.
Mm-hmm.
Like you finally got over that hump.
Yeah, you see what I'm rapping about now. It's a lot of niggas that rap about rap. It's like you literally rapping about, I'm the best MC and I need the need and blah, blah, blah. That's not what I'm here for, bro. Like, I did that, bro. Like, that's cool and shit. Like, how am I going to inspire this nigga who's trying to be like me one day? How am I going to inspire this woman to know more about what it feels like to be a black man? How am I going to inspire these people, these white people, to listen to our story more? That's the accomplishment. That's the skill for me. Rapping about rap, I'm kind of done with that. You know what I'm saying?
But are you seeing that? You seeing people like really acknowledge that? Because I feel like
Yeah,
people always knew you could rap. It's kind of like,
yeah.
but people don't. It's weird, right? Because people always can, like J. Cole, right? In the early stages, people would acknowledge that he could rap.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick Lamar, Jay Electronica, shit. Even like go back to our DMV, Corday, YBN Corday, right? Like people can acknowledge that these guys rap, but it might not be their type of music.
It's funny. I was having a conversation with Drake, and I was like, "Bro,
this nigga's wildin'."
Nah, but it's funny though.
I was talking to Drake, bro.
Nah, I was having a conversation. I was like, I really love what I fuck with about you is you know how to say complex shit in a simple way, and that's not easy. So that's an art in itself. There's different arts within the art. There's the technical rap thing, but then there's the art within the art. And his art is saying complex shit simply, right? My art is saying whatever the fuck I'm saying that ties back to something that you need to know. You get what I'm saying? That's my art, and only certain people can really acknowledge that and appreciate that, you know? So for me, it's really measured against what I feel. How, like, I got a song with Saucy Santana. I think he did.
I saw that. I was curious.
Yeah, it's fire. But he did his verse. And how, for me, I'm measuring him about up against how well did he do Saucy Santana. That's his skill set. Not what bar did he say. That's not how I'm looking at it. And that's how good, who did them the best. I did me pretty well. Saucy did him really well. Juicy, for who's also on the song, did her shit. You get what I'm saying? Luckily, I made the beat too, so I got a 1-up on everybody. But like but because like I think Saucy and them did them even better than I did me, they might get to, you know,
jump out there and get Saucy Santana. You ain't think people was gonna have questions about that?
They can have questions. That's fine. I grew up in PG County, Maryland. Nigga was homophobic. Like, that's what we was taught. That's it. You know. So to me, that's a level of growth. Facts. The next step of being a man, not feeling uncomfortable having that. And he made sense for the song.
I get it. It makes sense. I understand.
And he gonna bring the ladies.
Facts. Nigga, I did an interview with...
That song ain't for niggas.
I did an interview with a dude, Cliff Vermeer. It's like a gay guy, like, but he dressed like a woman. Yeah. And I was like, fuck it. This growth, nigga. Like, like this is growth, man. When he brought a different audience, niggas fuck with it too. I'm like, yeah, they gonna watch it. It's gonna bring the money in.
Nah, for sure. Like, I mean, I'm sure there'll be people ignorant and be like, man, this nigga gay, and da. I mean, that doesn't bother me because I know what it is. Facts. You know what I mean?
Your bitch probably in my DM right now. I can say this. You can't say it, bro.
Yeah,
I can say this.
So.
Like, I ain't that lit yet, so I'm taking advantage. I'm saying all the ignorant shit. Like, you feel me? Like,
I feel it.
Nobody can mute me at this time. Like, fuck y'all. Right? It's my shit. Yeah. But, no, so, yo, are you in the DMV a lot now still?
Nah, I don't like being back home, man.
Do you feel any, because I got to talk to you about back home.
I love the people, but the feeling don't feel right. It's too dangerous. It's too many people that want what you got.
Facts.
And although I see the love, I just feel I don't know who's who all the time. So I don't really like to be back home like that.
Do you hear whispers? I don't know, because again, I'm as close as we are, Baltimore DMV. Yeah. We're so far apart, right?
Yeah.
So I'm curious. Again, this is just fan shit I'm curious about. Do you hear the whispers of, like, you know how niggas get money, they change? Like, that nigga done come back to the hood. He ain't giving back to the neighborhood. Do you hear that? I'm curious. I don't know. This could be a thing. I don't know.
The shit I be doing is so next level. The way I give back.
Yeah, nobody you did do like a basket, like.
Yeah, bro.
You did some crazy
nigga
shit.
built a whole basketball court.
Yeah, you
free
did.
Cookout. Perform like 3,000 people. Nah, bro. I don't want to hear shit, nigga. I do that shit every year. I be spending my own money. All kinds of shit, nigga. Like, we just did something in my old high school. I did shirts with Nike, Duval Tiger T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? We gave shoes out. I came to speak. Like, I come back. It's just, I don't stay there. Like, I'm not going to be there for, like, 2 months. I got a crib out there, all that shit. But, like, nah. If I'm there, it's because I am giving back. That's why I'm back.
So you feel like you get the love you deserve?
Yeah, man. Who am I to say what love I deserve? The people choose that. I feel loved, and I'm happy for that. You know what I'm saying? But the people choose what I deserve and what I don't deserve. You know what I mean?
I fuck with it.
Yeah.
Hey, man, let the people know how to follow you and all that. It's really simple.
Yeah, I got the easiest Instagram in the world. It's just IDK.
That's how you know a nigga really famous, bro. or rich, either one. Like, he really that shit had to be taken at one point in time.
They don't let you make 3-letter joints, so it wasn't taken. They just made.
He is wild. What's up with this guy? You gotta relax.
It's the truth.
All right, go ahead. Set the story up.
Yeah, no, I just was, I wanted the name. It was J_IDK at first. And I was like, I'm changing my name to IDK. I think they publicists submitted. And then one day it just changed. I didn't even know it was changing. It changed on Twitter and Instagram. It was fire. Yeah.
Yo, I mean, since we've having fun, fuck it. Who out of that 2018 XXL freshman list that's not doing nothing now that you really could have took spot?
Nah, I ain't gonna do that to nobody. But what's funny is I did the Trippie Redd freestyle. That's actually one of my good friends. We got like 4 or 5 songs.
Trippie Redd still going hard. I ain't asked about Trippie Redd. Who ain't really? Who, bring up the list. Who on the list? I'll say it. You can't say it.
Let me see. Let me see.
2000. It was 2018, right? What was it? Freshman class. Let's see. I'm gonna make it really hard for people to want to interview with me, but fuck it. All right, you got. Let's see. Oh man, shit, I got a video on my shit. Anybody get it before me? Let me know.
Sorry, I'm supposed to be me, somebody in a little bit, but we good.
Oh no, we about to slide. XXL, 2018 freshman cover. Yeah, let's see. I bet you I won't know these niggas if I look them in the face. All right. We got, I think this is Perp, right?
Smoke Perp.
Perp.
Man, damn, I ain't heard from him in a minute. He cool though, man. Don't do my man dirty and nothing. He cool. He a cool dude. You know what I'm saying? I just ain't heard from him in a minute, but
I ain't say shit. Cool you dude. Said everything.
Nah, but you said the name first, so I thought you was trying to say something. You know what
I mean? Nah. Denzel Curry, you fuck with him. All right,
yeah, that's my name.
Yeah. You had where's Khalifa was on this motherfucker?
Nah,
I'm about to say what the
2010.
Okay, I'm looking at something else. See, I don't even know these people. I know it's this Dawn chick. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, let me not make it bad for myself. This was the shit you supposed to been on. That's the shit you made the rap about.
Yeah, but I would have loved to at that time, but after a while, that shit. You just gotta look at the shit you doing and be like, damn.
I'm fucking with you, bro. I'm just trying to. I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
Nah,
yo,
for real.
IDK, J Hill podcast. This is rap, man. Good shit, bro. I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
That was good, man.